Petite and past 60? Your skin has earned every inch of it, and your closet should honor that. Not drown it in fabric. If you're petite and over 50, you already know the struggle. Sleeves swallow your arms. Blouses hang past your hips. You buy a beautiful piece and somehow still look shorter, boxier, less like yourself. Sister, it was never about finding the right size. It's about knowing exactly what to look for and how to wear it. Today I'm giving you 7 precise styling secrets that make any blouse work beautifully on a petite frame after 50. No tailoring degree required. No expensive alterations. Just the details that separate swamped from sophisticated, frumpy from flawless. Same blouse, two completely different women, depending on what you know. Let's get into tip number 1. Choose V-necks and open necklines. This is the single most important rule for petite women, and almost nobody talks about it. Necklines make or break your proportions. A high closed neckline cuts your body in half. It shortens your torso and closes you off. A V-neck does the opposite. It draws the eye up and down instead of across, elongating you instantly. You don't need cleavage for this to work. Even a modest V does more for you than the highest crew neck ever could. Scoop necks, open collars, boat necks, square necklines. All of these open you up and lengthen your line. What to leave on the rack? Turtlenecks, cowl necks, high, tight crew necks. They compact you, and after everything your body has carried you through, compact is the last word you want. Simple trick. If your blouse buttons down the front, undo the top 2 or 3.
Instant, elegant wear.
And here's something worth saying out loud. An open neckline doesn't just lengthen your frame, it shows a little more of you, your collarbone, your neck, the skin you've earned. That's not something to minimize. That's something to let breathe. Always tuck your blouse in. I know what you're thinking. Untucked feels safer, more forgiving. Sister, it's doing the opposite. An untucked blouse cuts you off at your widest point, your hips, which shortens your legs and lengthens your middle in all the wrong ways. Tucking defines your waist and creates a clean division between your top and bottom half, and that division is what makes your legs read longer. You have options here. A full tuck for the most polished look. A French tuck, just the front, for something more relaxed. A side tuck for a little asymmetry and personality. Or tuck and belt, which gives you the most definition of all. If you're self-conscious about your midsection, choose a blouse with a soft blouson effect when tucked. It drapes gently instead of clinging, and it still gives you that elegant waistline. And a small warning, because I want this to actually work for you. Too much fabric blousing out looks bulky, not soft. Keep the tuck even, keep it smooth, and always tuck into a high or mid-rise pant. A low-rise waistband undoes everything the tuck was meant to do. Choose 3/4 or bracelet sleeves. Full-length sleeves rarely do a petite woman justice. They bunch at the wrist, they swallow your hands, and suddenly you're rolling them up all day just to function. 3/4 sleeves hit right at or below the elbow, showing your forearm, which is naturally slimming. Bracelet-length sleeves sit just above the wrist, creating one long, elegant line from shoulder to fingertip. These lengths work because they're built to end exactly where they end.
No alterations, no rolling, no guessing.
If you do wear a full sleeve, do it properly. Button the cuff, then fold once for a clean line, or do a double fold for something more deliberate. Never scrunch it up your arm. That reads sloppy every time, and sloppy has no place in your closet. Choose vertical details over horizontal ones. Here's a rule fashion has known for a century, and it's simply true. Vertical lines lengthen you. Horizontal lines widen you. That's not opinion, that's visual science. Look for a vertical button placket down the front, vertical pintucks, vertical color paneling with a darker edge and lighter center, or a long pendant necklace that draws a line straight down your body. Vertical stripes, if you love pattern, are wonderfully elongating. What widens and shortens you. Horizontal stripes. Horizontal color blocking. Wide bands across the chest or hem. When you're not sure, go solid. A solid color creates one unbroken line, and an unbroken line is always your friend. And here's my honest opinion, the one I'll stand behind. Mainstream fashion spent decades telling women over 50 to fade into soft, shapeless, forgettable pieces, as if being seen was something to age out of. I reject that completely. Vertical lines, bold color, and open neckline, these aren't just proportion tricks. They're a quiet refusal to disappear. If this is helping you see your own closet differently, this is exactly the kind of thing we talk about here at Elegant Style 50+. If you'd like more of it, a like and a subscribe helps this reach the women who need to hear it. Now, tip number 5. Choose fitted or semi-fitted, never oversized. This one surprises people. Oversized feels like it should hide more, but on a petite frame it does the opposite. It swallows your shape entirely and makes you look smaller and heavier at once. A fitted or semi-fitted blouse follows your body's natural lines without ever being tight, which, especially at this stage of life, is exactly the balance you want. Fitted through the shoulder so the seam sits right at your shoulder point, not drooping down your arm. Skimming through the torso, not clinging. Enough ease that you can lift your arms freely. A little shape at the waist once tucked. If you love an oversized silhouette, that's completely fine, just size down more than you think you need to. What reads oversized on a taller woman often reads exactly right on you. Keep your blouse length short. Short here doesn't mean cropped or exposed. It means hitting right at your hip bone, maybe a touch below. Nothing more. Anything longer, even tucked, creates bulk at your waistline that fights against everything the other 6 tips are doing for you. And untucked, a too long blouse cuts your body in the wrong place entirely, shortening your legs. When you shop, look at petite-specific sections, since petite sizing accounts for your whole proportion, not just your height. And never underestimate a $15 or $20 hem. It can transform a blouse you already love into one that finally fits you the way it should. Build monochromatic looks. This is the tip I want you to remember most because it's the simplest and it works every time. Wearing your blouse and your bottoms in the same color family creates one unbroken vertical line from your shoulders to your feet, and your eye reads that line as height. Compare a crisp white blouse over black trousers, which breaks you at the waist and shortens you, to an all-navy outfit, which lengthens you instantly. Navy on navy, black on black, cream with camel, gray on gray. Keep it interesting by mixing textures, a silk blouse with cotton trousers in the same tone, or adding one metallic accessory, a gold belt or a gold cuff, against the monochrome. One pop of color in your jewelry is welcome. Just keep your blouse and bottom in the same family. And a word on color itself. If your hair has gone silver, monochrome in deep jewel tones, emerald, sapphire, a rich burgundy, will make that silver look intentional and luminous, not washed out. If your skin carries warmth and depth, camel, cream, and chocolate monochrome will make it glow rather than fight against it. Dressing for women over 50 was never about hiding. It's about knowing exactly which colors were made for you. Now that you know how to style any blouse, let's talk about which blouses to actually bring into your closet. These are 3 contemporary styles that flatter a mature frame beautifully, and every one of them plays perfectly with the 7 rules you just learned. The wrap blouse. This is one of the most flattering shapes a woman over 50 can own, and it deserves a permanent place in your closet. A wrap blouse crosses at the front and ties or fastens at the side, which means it does something almost no other style can do. It adjusts to you, not the other way around. The diagonal line created by the wrap already does half the work of elongating your frame, and the tie itself defines your waist automatically, so you get that flattering definition without even thinking about a tuck. Wrap blouses tend to skim rather than cling, which makes them wonderfully forgiving through the midsection, while still showing that you have a shape. They come in silk, in soft jersey, in crepe, and they move beautifully, which reads as effortless and elegant on camera and in person. Look for a wrap blouse with a V created naturally at the neckline, since that gives you the elongating neckline and the waist definition in a single piece. The one thing to watch for, make sure the wrap sits snugly enough that it doesn't gape open when you move or reach. A quick stitch at the underlayer solves that permanently, and it's worth doing the moment you bring one home. Pro tip: a wrap blouse in a rich, solid color does double duty. It gives you the waist definition of a tuck and the elongating line of a monochromatic look in one single piece. Same woman, two blouses, same color. One a boxy crewneck top, one a wrap. The wrap version shows an actual waistline where the boxy top shows none at all, and that single difference changes her entire silhouette. The bow neck or tie neck blouse. If you want something with a little more polish, a little more presence, the bow neck blouse is it. This is a style that has quietly become one of the most requested pieces for women over 50, and there's a reason. It has softness at the neckline, which is beautifully feminine, but that soft tie also creates volume right at the collarbone, drawing the eye upward toward your face. That's exactly where you want attention to land. A bow neck blouse instantly elevates a simple pair of trousers into something that looks intentional, put together, almost regal. For a petite frame, look for a smaller, neater bow rather than an oversized, dramatic one. A large bow can overwhelm a smaller frame and add bulk exactly where you don't need it. Tie it loosely for a relaxed, soft look, or knot it neatly for something sharper and more tailored. Either way, pair it with fitted trousers or a slim skirt, never anything equally voluminous on the bottom, so the volume stays exactly where it belongs at your neckline. Pro tip: a bow neck blouse in a solid jewel tone is one of the most polished pieces you can own for anything from a lunch date to a family celebration. It requires almost no other effort to look finished. Same woman, same trousers, one in a plain crewneck top, one in a bow neck blouse. The bow neck version instantly reads more elegant, more considered, without a single other change to the outfit. The blouson or peplum blouse. This is the style for the days you want a little more drama, a little more shape without sacrificing comfort. A blouson blouse gathers gently at the waist, giving you soft volume through the body while still cinching in at the hip, and a peplum blouse takes that a step further with a small flare of fabric right at the waistline. Both styles do the same clever thing. They create the illusion of a defined waist even on days you're not tucking anything in. For petite women, choose a peplum with a shorter flare, nothing exaggerated, so the proportion stays balanced with your frame. Pair either style with a slim, straight-leg trouser or a pencil skirt to keep the silhouette streamlined below the waist. This is a wonderful option for anyone who finds tucking fussy, but still wants that waist-defining shape doing the work for them. Pro tip: a peplum blouse pairs beautifully with a wide belt worn over it, right along the waistline. It adds one more layer of definition without adding a single ounce of bulk. Same woman, same day, one in a straight, unstructured top, one in a peplum blouse. The peplum creates a waist you can see from across the room, while the straight top leaves her looking one long, uninterrupted line. Bring one of these three into rotation alongside your styling rules, and you have a wardrobe that works with your body instead of against it every single time you get dressed. And here's something worth sitting with. Fashion loves to tell women my age that our best years for getting dressed are behind us, that our closets should quiet down as we get older. I think that's backwards. A wrap blouse in emerald silk. A bow tied at the throat in deep burgundy. A peplum that gives you a waistline exactly where you want one. These aren't concessions. They're choices made by a woman who knows precisely what she's doing. That's not fading. That's arriving. Now put all 10 together. Start with your blouse, whether that's a classic V-neck, a wrap, a bow neck, or a blouson style, solid or with vertical detail. 3/4 or bracelet sleeves. Tucked smoothly into a high-rise pant or skirt, Or if you've chosen a wrap, bow neck, or peplum style, let its built-in shaping do that work for you. Length hitting right at your hip, fitted through the shoulder and torso. Bottoms in the same color family as your blouse. Finish with a belt to define your waist and a heel or pointed flat to lengthen the line even further. That formula works in every color, every season, every occasion, from a boardroom to brunch. You are not limited by your height. You are only ever missing the details. When you shop, petite sections at and Taylor, Talbot's, Banana Republic, J.Crew, and Nordstrom are consistently well cut for this. Online, look at ASOS Petite and Petite Studio. And always try before you buy, because petite sizing is never standardized across brands. And if you're specifically hunting for a wrap, a bow neck, or a blouson blouse, those same petite sections are your best starting point. But don't overlook the contemporary or dress blouse sections either. That's often where you'll find the wrap and bow neck styles in the richer, more elevated fabrics, silk blends, matte crepe, soft charmeuse, that make these pieces feel special rather than ordinary. A well-made wrap or bow neck blouse is worth investing a little more in. You'll wear it for years, and it will never go out of style because it was never chasing a trend to begin with. Here's what I want you to walk away with today. Being petite was never a limitation. It simply means you dress with intention. Open necklines, a confident tuck, 3/4 sleeves,
Vertical detail.
a fit that honors your shape instead of hiding it, length that ends at your hip, color that flows unbroken from your shoulders to your feet, and a closet built on pieces that already do some of that work for you. A wrap, a bow neck, a blouson. Apply all 10 and the same woman, the same height, looks entirely transformed, taller, leaner, unmistakably put together. Tell me, which of these 10 speaks to you most, and which one are you trying first? Drop your height and your biggest blouse struggle in the comments below. I read every one, and let's help each other. If today gave you something you can actually use, a like means more women over 50 find their way to this channel, and a subscribe means you'll be here next week when we're covering pants and skirts for the petite frame. Until then, remember, elegant isn't a size. It's a decision. And you already know exactly what to do with it.